Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome once again to the Curator's Corner. I'm Jeff Seymour, Director of History and Education, or if you want to say curator, at the National Civil War and Naval Museum. Today we'd like to talk to you about an exhibit. Not necessarily all the aspects of the exhibit, but how it came about. We were working with an idea about some things that we had never put on display before, and we've been talking several years about putting an artillery projectile display out. Well, one of the big things for us is we don't have a lot of cases to use. So we came up with this idea of building cases built around artillery projectile cases from the time period. This is a case that was produced right here in Columbus, Georgia, and held small arms rounds. And this is what would be delivered to the troops on the front lines. So what we did was take this as a pattern to create projectile cases, or the look of projectile cases, for our main exhibit case here. And we had our staff artists come along and create the words here, created in Columbus, Georgia. And then for the question of what objects to use inside the exhibit, we brought out several artifacts that have never been on display before. And a lot of these are not necessarily the projectiles themselves, which people will go and see on a routine basis, but it's the things around making an artillery piece work, like a gimlet, something to clean out the vent hole, or a spanner wrench in order to turn the fuses inside the projectile, a powder measure, that's a 5-pound powder measure in there. So we've got a lot of different things in order to tell the full story of how a piece of artillery actually works, and to get to see some of those things that most people don't get to see. And then over here in this other case, some of the big projectiles that would have been used during the Civil War with the navies. And of course right here we've got two 7-inch projectiles recovered from the CSS Jackson, our ironclad here in the museum. Ladies and gentlemen, there is something missing though. You'll notice that there's no signage, and we're just sort of at a dead zone right here. We're at a choke point, so to speak, in an exhibit process. And we've got some things to consider. What theme do we use for the lettering? What about the lighting? So there are a lot of things going into what we need to have happen in order to be a more vibrant, more alive exhibit. So we've got to work on the signage for this. But otherwise, the exhibit is up, it's ready, come down and see it. We'll just have some signage up in a few days. So once again, come by and see us. If you haven't been in a while, we've got some new exciting artifacts out, some of which have been around, we've just never gotten out into the public's eye before.